brothers. We're happy singing and we're colored. We're happy singing and we're brothers. We're happy singing and we're colored. We're happy singing and we're brothers.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Fresco, Sir Fresco of House Fresh. You can follow me on Twitter at Fresco Bin Famous. That's BIN Famous, and on Instagram at Fresco Fame. Do you dig?
And this your boy Flaw 700, aka Flaw Claude Van Damme, aka Flaw Cigar, aka your boy Thumb Some Goy.
Break it down. I suck it. Hey, we're gonna have to do something about our intros, bro, because I help you out with yours. You don't help me out with mine at all.
You want to do it again?
No, it's too fucking late.
So how did your intro go?
I say the same shit every week. Same as you.
Say it again real quick. Say it again.
You should know it by now. No, I'm not saying it again. Because you should. We 145 episodes.
I be mentally preparing myself for mine.
Nigga, it should be muscle memory at this point. We've been doing it for 3 years.
Nothing is muscle memory when it comes to the podcast. Like I sit in here and I go over my stuff over and over.
Introduction,
my introduction, yes, every week.
You say 4 fucking words,
and I make sure that I don't get Flaw Cigar and Flaw Claude Van Damme mixed up. That's a real thing.
Oh my God,
that is a real thing.
That is a fucking thing. Recording 101. We've been doing this shit for 3 years. This nigga don't even know his own name. He got to sit and concentrate on how to give you his own damn name.
What I'm saying is, I make sure I don't get.
Listen, hold on, because we ain't talking about you right now. We talk about me. Your ass need to throw in some assistance on my introduction, or else I ain't doing it on yours no more. That's fucking it.
My coffee out.
That's just it. And now we can fucking continue.
And we are the award-winning
Facts
podcast.
Yeah,
Kelly Drake's favorite podcast.
Yeah,
the Podcast Brothers, and this is episode 146.
4 episodes away from 150 sneaker giveaway.
I can't wait to give out them sneakers, man. For those of you who ain't going hard for, you know what I mean, to win these sneakers, man, it's just like, yo, fam, you can't do nothing for people.
Hey,
shout out to
fuck them, because if nobody wins, guess who's going to take?
Oh no, somebody gonna win. No, you're not. No, you're not taking home those sneakers. Shout out,
man.
To,
I ain't bought a pair of sneakers all summer. All right, that's a lie.
Facts.
That's a lie.
Last time I bought sneakers are the sneakers I got on, and they cost $180, and I walked out the store.
We both got Air Maxes.
I walked out the store like, why did I do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you walk in like, let me treat myself. Then when you walk out, you're like, 180. I could have did something else with that.
Yeah,
I wanted them to. Like,
but what you would have did? You would have spent 80 of that 180 on food, and 100 would have been on miscellaneous bullshit like
that's a
gas.
Fact. That's what I need to work on.
And a haircut.
That's what I need to work on right now. When you look at that account and you realize you were spending $20, $40 a day on nothing that has no value. But I'm getting to that point though. Like I really want to make sure when my account hit zero, if it hit zero, I can look at my my bank thread and be like, I invested that well. Okay. As of right now, I'm not investing the bread well. When you look at, when your account hits zero and you realize you went to Wendy's 4 times, you go, man. All I had to do was go buy some chicken from the grocery store for $5 and I would have been okay.
Yeah, well, you also said that you don't like to cook, so.
That's a fact.
You said that last week. You been back to Panda Express?
I haven't. And I like to make an
Did we hurt your heart?
And I like to make an announcement. Turns out that Panda Express is not a Chinese place. I thought it was. I thought I was jumping out the window.
Fucking crossing cultural boundaries.
I thought I was living life. No. But the good and bad part about that is I can honestly sleep at night and know that I didn't eat dog because it wasn't a Chinese place.
So okay.
The bad part.
What kind of establishment is it? What is the cuisine titled?
I just have it in my mind that Chinese places cook dogs.
No. I'm talking about Panda Express.
I don't know what Panda Express is. I just thought it was a Chinese joint because of the panda.
So who told you it wasn't like a Chinese store?
We was on Twitter. I forgot who said that, but it was just like Flaw comparing Panda Express to a Chinese restaurant is like comparing something else. I can't recall what they said, but
I actually remember that thread.
Yeah, so basically, I got schooled. Panda Express is not an official Chinese place, so
does that mean you can keep eating there?
Yeah. But I still want to watch the salt intake because Killer was right though. When you eat all that food like that, the sodium and the salt and stuff like that, it'll get you, man. Shout out to
Kayla. How was your week, bro? Break it down.
Yo, my week was okay, man. I actually connected with an official stoner in real life. Like I really met a stoner.
What do you mean? You talk to me all the time.
Nah, I thought I met a stoner. No. I don't know. No, y'all don't got nothing on this dude. And he only said a few words.
Who the fuck is this guy? I want to know who
So
he
I was
is
doing
now.
DoorDash. I was doing DoorDash on
I'm fucking hating.
Tuesday because the power went out at work and at the gym. So they was like, go home. And of course, me being the hustler that I am, I was like, let me go make $1 because I'm still getting paid from my physical job, but let me go make some more money over here. Sound like a good idea to me. So one of the orders came and they wanted me to pick something up from the Weed Man spot. New Jersey Weed Man. Shout out to New Jersey Weed Man. Y'all saw that video? It's crazy.
Did I?
So I go to the Weed Man spot and they didn't put the order on. So I had to call the guy up, say, yo, I know you're expecting your order at a certain time.
High to put the order in.
He said, I'm just seeing this. I said, okay, whatever. But let me call my customer because I know you're expecting this meal at a certain time. So I calls him and I was like, yo, they just saw your order. They just put it on. And he says, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's fine. And his cool demeanor, that was the first. I'm like, yo, he's a real stoner because he didn't have no care in the world. I could have told him anything. That's fine.
You probably
It's
didn't know
cool.
who the fuck he was talking to.
I told him who I was. But here I am thinking, like, because I've seen you high, like I've seen so many people high. Y'all don't have that level of coolness.
Not when I'm talking to your ass, no.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
No, I'm saying I don't have it when I'm talking to you.
Okay, and personally, I've never seen it. So, I mean, touche. But the way he reacted to it was just like, yo, he really cool. It's like,
Man, you be talking some bullshit. This nigga is the coolest stoner you ever met off that. You make
Yup.
me upset, bro.
yo,
My fucking
I said, yo, this is a real stoner right here because the way he
That
answered.
nigga probably was on dope. You don't know what the hell that nigga was on.
Well,
That nigga probably was on fucking morphine.
I put 2 and 2 together. He wants something from the Weed Man spot, so I don't know.
It's cool, bro. It's cool.
So I finished off the week. I ain't do much after that. We went to the Instagram party. Shout out to Q for throwing that.
Shout out to Q for the IG party, man.
One of the people there, one of the guys there, I forgot his name or I didn't get his name. He kind of chuckled at me when I told him I've yet to visit L.A. It's on the bucket list, buddy.
I think his name was Justin, I think.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to Justin if that's your name. He's been to L.A. 3 times. You been once?
Yeah, I've been to LA
Yeah,
once.
man. So it's on the bucket list, man.
He looked at Flaw. He said, you ain't been to LA. What you waiting for?
I didn't know I had to be there,
What
man.
was you waiting for?
There was a time in my life where I just didn't want to travel at all. So now, your boy is up in there in the age bracket. I think I want to just start flying randomly, man.
Yeah.
So speaking of traveling, so we in Trenton, New Jersey at this Instagram party.
Yeah.
And an artist all the way from Cali came to perform. Now, I don't know if she came from Cali to Trenton just to perform. I don't know if she just was around, but she did her thing. She had like 4 songs that she performed. Period. You know what I mean? She did her thing. And then
I didn't catch her name either. I should have got her on the gram.
And then Q was like, yo, nobody leave. We have more guests coming, and they drove all the way from Detroit,
Michigan,
to come perform
8 miles, 7 hours
for
drive.
us. They came. They had the glow in the dark hula hoop. They had dancers, performers. They did their
The
thing.
routine was tight.
It was tight. But I just need to know if they really came from all the way from Detroit to Trenton just to perform for 6 minutes.
Based on what he said, yeah.
Based on what he said. So with that being said, your boy ain't never been to L.A., but I can't wait to get that type of I don't know what to call it. But
Traction, attention.
I don't know, but
presence.
Listen, if somebody says, "Yo, Flaw, tomorrow be in Atlanta, it's a party," I'll be right there.
Yeah,
I ain't there yet.
forward to that.
I ain't there yet. One day I will be. So shout out
Let
to
me know when it's in like Maryland and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there tomorrow. I can get to Maryland tomorrow.
Yeah, so shout out to the artists, and it was women. Shout out to the women.
Yeah, man.
Both
Good
acts
work.
were women.
Period.
Yeah.
That's all she said like 47 times.
That must be the thing in LA.
Period. No,
don't
that's
know.
that Meg Thee Stallion shit. Man.
Yo, I don't follow Meg. So is she?
I don't follow her either, but everyone else does. So you kind of can't. She got a wave right now that you're forced to get hit by because
Is
she's kind of
she
big.
the person who started this hot girl summer thing?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. Do you know what that is?
Not really.
I just know it's hot boys versus hot girls.
I don't pay attention to that goofy shit, to be honest with
Okay,
you. All
okay.
that shit is goofy to me. But she created a little wave. You know what I'm saying? She got a little trend thing going on. And I don't know what hot girl summer mean. Because anytime I see somebody post hot girl, they just kind of butt naked. So
Ooh.
So I mean, I look, yeah, but I don't I don't necessarily know what it means. I appreciate it though. Yeah.
That was my week, so how was yours?
My week was all right. Fucking Tuesday and Wednesday, and nigga ain't had no power. That storm came through and fucked shit up. Power was out. I was living like a straight pilgrim. Candles all over the place, flashlights and shit. I can't play the game. Like, nothing. It was just fucked up, and it was like a whole area that was blocked out. So I'm trying to go to like stores and get what I need. This area over here is blocked off. That area over here is blocked off. It was $1 store open, and everybody was in that motherfucker. You know when you go to the store and you see like just racks cleared off, and you just got to pick what's left. Yeah, it was one of those kind of nights. Like shit was just like real bare on those shelves, but made it through, no problem. Like that was pretty much the whole week. For the most part, everything else is basically regular. Like Flaw said, the Instagram party was yesterday. It was fire, man. I enjoyed myself a lot. I don't get to make all the networking events that I would like to, but I kind of made a promise to myself that I would show Q some love on this one and make sure I came through to see what was happening. And it was a good event. A lot of different people, a lot of different creatives, you know what I'm saying, putting their talents on display. My personal favorite vendor yesterday was Love Edibles. Shout out to Love Edibles. You feel me? This is a young lady. I believe her name, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say what I think it was because I might get it incorrect and I don't want to mess up her name. But she made weed-infused everything. And I say everything, I say everything. She had like peanut butter crunch snacks, white chocolate bars, gummy bears, and wings. She had wings. Everything was made with weed. And I had a little bit of everything. Yep, I did. And my own blunt before I got there. And I went out. Shout out to Bub. Me and Bub, you feel me? We did our thing on a little break. And then I came back and had the wings. And it was dope. And she was breaking down everything to me, how she does it. So it was pretty dope to get that.
Wait, she gave you the recipe? I wouldn't have given
No, she didn't give me the recipe. She didn't give me a recipe, but she was explaining to me the process that she goes through with creating it or getting the infusion mixed with the food. So
okay,
it was pretty dope, man, to see that. Shout out to DJ Big J, one of the hardest working DJs in the town. He always out here making people move their feet on certain events. And again, just give a shout out to Q, man, because this is a guy who's been on the show multiple times, and he shows us mad love with the networking events that he does, along with everyone else that he brings into the fold with things that he be working on. So shout out to everybody that came out to the Instagram party last night. And, yeah, man, just keep working. Oh, also, shout out to the Glow Room. Your boy is getting a facial, complimentary facial, cuz I can't wait. So everybody doing their thing, man.
We're going to start the episode in a second. But my podcast brain was working this weekend, right? And before we move on, I put on Avengers. I forgot which one it was, either Endgame or Infinity War. And
where you put on Endgame at?
I got apps.
Pardon me.
I got apps. Me. So, and a question, like, I'm curious. Like, I'm really curious because I'm not really a Marvel guy. Like, I collected cars before. I've watched X-Men on Fox before, but that don't cut it. I know there's a lot of comic heads and Marvel heads out there who, you know what I mean, will tell you that I'm not qualified to speak on certain things. So I'm asking you, the universe. Drax the Destroyer, right? He made this thing about that. He wanted to get his hands on Thanos so bad. And I really want to know what the hell was Drax the Destroyer going to do with Thanos if he ever got his hands on him? Like, I really was interested in that plot.
Actually, in the comic books, I read a couple of Guardians of the Galaxy comic books. Drax is a badass in the comics.
Yeah.
In the comics, he fucks shit up. Yeah. But in the movies, he ain't nothing but comic relief. That's it. He's there to make those one-off comments to get a reaction out of the audience, which is normally a laugh. But in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, fucking, what was his name? Roland, he only had a power stone and he thrashed the shot at Drax the Destroyer. Thanos had all 5, bro. Thanos had all 5. I don't know what the fuck you thought you was 6. Excuse me, pardon me. He had all 6. I don't know what he thought he was going to do against Thanos.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that is a great point you made, because at first I didn't know, but I did do my Googles, and it said that Drax was actually created to fight Thanos. And even though Drax was a badass, he couldn't beat Thanos in hand-to-hand combat. No. But in the comic world, it makes more sense. But if you're watching it from the Marvel movie aspect, you like Drax,
and also,
come on, man.
He wouldn't have had no work for Thanos without Thanos with the gloves.
Hand-to-hand combat, he can't beat.
Did you see Thanos in Endgame in that last battle? He beat the shit out of Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America without the stones.
And he punched the shit out of Captain Marvel.
Well, he did that with the Power Stone.
I know,
though.
but
he did hook her though. But when he fought the main 3 Avengers, he was fucking them up with no stones, bro. Drax they have a chance in the hell. Them niggas got powers. Thor is the god of lightning. Tony Stark is the man of technology, and Captain America is just that nigga. Just he got that serum juice.
Yeah.
Drax don't got shit but knives.
That's why I asked.
What the fuck is you going to do?
I was really curious. Like, yo, fam, I really want to see this now. Like, you sold the fight, Drax. I want to see.
And then every time he see him, it's like he forget that he can't fucking beat him. Because he's like, he killed my family. I got to get him now. Bro, do you not remember the last time you saw this nigga and you tried to holler at him with the hands because he killed your family? You got fucked up.
That's like Infinity War when he ran up on him, when he had the when he was trying to get the stone.
With the reality stone.
Yeah.
Right.
He was like, Thanos! He pulled down his little Raphael size.
He turned him into a little whatever it was. Like, he just completely distorted his whole being. Like, no, bro, you can't fuck with Thanos. You ain't shit.
But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick because I'm really sold on it. Like, I really want to see Drax and Thanos go one-on-one.
I don't.
I look at it as Thanos would put the stones away, and I think that he would give him the same. Like, he basically put his hands behind his back like he did Hulk. Like, in the
Yo, that's another thing. He beat the shit out of the Hulk. You think Drax could beat Hulk? Hell no. Thanos murdered the Hulk.
I'm just.
He ain't even come back, matter of fact. You ain't see Hulk no more after that. That was in the first 7 minutes of that movie. Come on, Drax, you gotta chill, bro. Pick your battles, bro. Choose wisely. Choose fucking wisely. J. Cole voice.
Speaking of J. Cole, that was him playing ball.
That was him
playing ball.
Shout out to J. Cole, because he was out there with Carmelo.
He was giving them buckets.
He looked at Carmelo like, nigga, I ain't passing you the ball. Swap from like the third 3-point line, NBA range.
So earlier in the week, there was a video going around on social media of a guy proposing to a woman, and his family, friends were watching, whoever them people were around, the cameras were rolling. He got down on one knee and asked this young lady to marry him.
I just want to get married. Oh.
To his surprise, she said no. I want to give this lady her flowers while she's here. And a nice little standing ovation for not feeling the pressure of saying yes because the cameras are on. People do that. Oh, family's here. Let me say yes, even though you don't mean it. The camera's on. Let me say yes, even though you're not ready to get married. So
could have said no just because the cameras is on too.
Right, you got to
think he going with me over because he brought cameras. Nah, but
now before we get into what I want to talk about, shouldn't you know, as a man, what kind of presentation your girl wants when it comes to that type of situation?
Yeah,
you know whether or not she likes public affection or private affection type of.
How many niggas actually do what their girls want them to do, though?
When it comes to getting married, I think it's all about what your girl want to do. I think that the whole process when you propose.
What if she wants you to propose in the middle of your? What if your girl wants you to propose at a halftime of the Miami Heat game?
And that's what you got to do.
You doing it?
You gonna try?
No, nigga, I'm asking you.
Yes.
All right.
I think. Listen, proposing is nerve-wracking alone. I don't know. It don't matter where you at. I think proposing it'll rattle your nerves regardless of where you at.
I think so. But I think also when you season the stakes of the situation like that, propose to me at halftime of a Lakers game. Oh shit, man! It's halftime of a Lakers game. Woo. What about Mercer County game? What about a Mercer County game at halftime?
I think the pressure. That's
a lot of pressure.
I think the pressure's on you regardless. I think a normal proposal compared to no matter where you're at, it's the same level.
I think the reaction plays a part when it's spectators as opposed to it being nobody. I'll be able to handle the no if it comes to me, a lot easier if it's just her and I as opposed to my whole fucking family watching.
Think about it like this. So she's telling you how she want it. It's easy. That's a slam dunk. So if you at a basketball game, you ain't got to have no speech or nothing. Just get down on one knee and show her the ring. Now, if it's just you and a few family and friends, you got to have a whole speech ready. That's more nerve-wracking to me.
I think you still got to ask, though. You got to say the words, don't you?
You ain't got to say nothing.
I think you do,
get down.
Yo.
Nah.
Because a bitch don't know, what the fuck is this? What does this mean?
That's a universal language. I'm down on one knee with a ring. What do you mean what that mean? At a game?
All right, yeah, you're right. All right.
Well, that's just what I've saw. I haven't seen nobody, like, I've seen proposals at sports games. None of the DJs or nobody ran up to the person and put the mic to his mouth and was just like, Gina, you mean the world to me.
The DJ does the talking, right? Oh, he's down on one knee.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do?
Right. But if it's just us around family, you got to be like, listen, you mean the world to me. I love you so. Like, you got to go through the whole spew. Mm-hmm. So I think that it actually would be easier if you did it at an arena when all you got to do is get down on one knee and show her the ring because you're giving her what she wants. I want a big proposal, even though she shouldn't. I think she should hint.
What if her man isn't the type for PDA himself? But now your special request is for me to propose to you at a basketball game in front of 35,000 people.
I think that the wedding and everything leading up to the wedding is for the woman. So if you have an issue with public affection, any of that stuff, that's something you got to swallow for up until you get married. I think that is the one thing. Like, women put up with a lot. Not saying men don't. Everybody puts up with a lot. But if you got a good girl and she want to get married, you see how she want it and you oblige. Now, if she wants this big proposal and you just do it in your bedroom with nobody's around, she might say, yeah, but that might bug her. She might want something bigger later. Like, women do that. Like, they'll get married to you at City Hall, but you got to promise them something big later. Like, the wedding.
I don't think a promise is necessarily attached to it.
Some.
Yeah, it depends on who it is. I don't know, though, because if I'm not one for PDA and you want this grand gesture in front of the whole world,
you got to oh, come on. You got to do it, man.
Says who?
You got to do that, man.
The point is getting married, right? Well,
that's what we say.
Right. The point is getting married. If I'm not comfortable, not saying that I am in general, but I'm saying because there are people out there who don't fare well with stuff like that. And so don't make it seem as if I don't propose to you in front of the entire state or world or whatever, then my proposal is now lessened or not as big as it's supposed to be.
Now, I also want to say that not all women want a big wedding, but what I'm saying to you is those that do, that's just one thing that they want. That's the only thing that they're asking for. Yes, you are Mr. Shy Guy. You don't really want to be out in the public showing this type of affection. But for one thing, propose to me in front of the world. I think you have to do that.
I don't think so. I really don't.
I think you just have to do that. I think you got to give her what she wants. And after the wedding, things can go back to the way that they were.
I don't know. I think I have a tainted view on marriage and proposals because although it's geared towards the woman, it's not the only. She doesn't have the only say in this. I have a say in how I'm going to look when I'm asking you.
What's your say?
However I want to do it. If I'm not comfortable doing something, then that's my say. I don't really feel comfortable doing that.
Well, first off, your girl telling you to propose to you in the middle of...
And another thing, women never know when the proposal is actually
That's
coming.
what I'm about to get to. So if you're a woman and you tell me I need to propose to you in the middle of the Sixers Wells Fargo arena, it's just like, wait a minute.
First of all, how you know you get in the ring? How about that? How you just going to make a suggestion for... Excuse me.
If she does say she wants it to be extravagant, you don't have to do all of that, but she wants something nice. So what I'm saying to you is if she says, I want to be proposed to in front of the world, you chickening out and proposing at 11 o'clock at night in the bedroom, in the dark, just not going to cut it. That's what I'm saying. So meet y'all. Both of y'all have to meet in the middle. We can't go to the Sixers game and do it, but we can go to a fancy restaurant and your family pop up out of nowhere, something like that.
Right. That's stuff like that. I'm just saying that's a compromise that I think is fine. You know what I'm saying? I think that's perfectly fine. But it's not the end all be all.
I don't know women who tell you where to propose at. I just think that they give you the hint that, hey, I would like to be married soon. But
listen, if I pull out that 3.2 carat and you give me shit about not proposing at the Sixers game, give me my fucking ring.
Oh,
back.
so you saying the size of the ring should make up for where you want to propose?
Listen, what we living with here? What we gonna remember? You gonna look down at the hand every day.
But see, you trying to have
you don't give a shit about that
it's
damn
hard
game.
for us to talk about that though, because women actually love the moments. How many times women tell you it's not about the ring? It's not about the ring. That's their thing.
Tell that to my fucking bank account. Then.
That's us though. We looking at the money. The women like, I don't care about none of this fancy stuff. I just want you.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't believe none of that shit.
That's what
they'll say that. They'll say that when a situation comes up that they fucked up in, but they don't. If you fucked up, now they don't give a fuck about the ring and they throwing it back at you.
We can't use that, man. Look at that ring on your finger. It don't work. It's not going to work.
I'm saying on a good terms. If everything is cool, right? I gave you a great proposal, but it wasn't the one you wanted. If you get the bitching about that,
they will.
Listen, baby, listen. I'm gonna need you to take a look at that ring on your finger. All right, you take a look at that bling, and you let me know what the fuck the problem is.
Women are about moments, man. Moments.
Yeah, and at this moment, bitch, you better look down at your goddamn hand and appreciate that rock.
So, I brought this topic up So we was talking about old girl who said no to the proposal, and on social media, mostly Twitter, I saw there were so many people jumping to the conclusion as to why she might have said no, and the number one reason was, well, he might have cheated. Well, as the good brothers that we are, we want to give you guys a list of things that possibly could have happened that had nothing to do with cheating, because that's what we're here for. We are a podcast for men, for the brothers, and for the women to take notes, because y'all can hear our conversations and what we think. So let's just say this good brother did not cheat. What are other reasons why she might have said no? And I got a little list for you.
You got a little dick.
What?
Probably.
That's what you go. That's what you go with?
It's probably a deciding factor. Maybe, I don't know. How long was they together?
That could be true. Like, she's putting up with it in the beginning.
He probably got the pussy the first time. Was like, oh shit, this is amazing.
It was it made the world to him.
I'm about to pop the question. And the whole time she like,
this ain't it.
Don't know if I want to do
this
that.
This ain't it, but you cool. And while she's looking for other things to like about you, already fell in love.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I got you. I got you. So
she probably had that conversation in the group chat. Girl, his dick too small. I can't do this.
Meanwhile,
he on cloud 9. He texting his boys in the group chat. Man, this is the best pussy I ever had.
Stop faking, ladies. I'm pretty sure if he told,
pussy I ever had. I can't wait to see her tomorrow night.
Hey, I'm gonna get to my list, but don't it work that way most times? What? Like, if a guy get with a girl and it just is what it is, she be like, damn, this was some good shit. But he be like, I just smashed shorty. Like, don't it always work? Like, how many times
either one person is more into it than the other, or you know what I'm saying, or vice versa, or it's even. But
then it's that one time where you meet a girl and you can't fuck with her, and you trying your best, and she not telling you trash, but you trash, and you thinking like, damn, I just knocked that out the park. But she's like, nah, I'm not getting with him no more.
You walk out the door, chest poked out.
And you don't get a call back. And then that's when you, propose. Listen, I love
text her like an hour later, like, are you all right?
So, you got any more?
I got a couple more I can shoot off the top of my head, but let's get to your list.
So, I came up with a few as to why women would say no to a proposal. And one is, they could be in a long-distance relationship. So, we don't know their living situation. He might have flew in out of town, only get to see you 3 times a year. Why not now? No, we're not about to get married. I only see you 3-4 times a year. Okay. I'm not about to make that commitment to you. And we long distance. Yes, our long distance relationship is cool, but I'm not about to get married to you. You got to move closer. What if that was it? Huh? You ready for my next one?
What's up?
Y'all broke up, and instead of him having the conversation with you, he just decided to pop up and propose.
Yep.
That's a no, buddy.
Yep. I can see that happening.
Last time we talked, we was cursing each other out. And instead of you, like, you know what, we need to talk and then get back on good terms and then propose, you decide
to clean it up.
With the proposal. And
ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, they'll say no to that, buddy.
He was hoping she was that dumb.
Yeah.
But she wasn't.
Number 3, she doesn't think you're ready. Now, women can have that intuition, right? You thinking, man, I'm good. But she see how you move. You don't see how you move. You think the way you moving is cool. But she can look at you and say, you cool, but you're not ready for marriage.
Also, I think that's a little bit more of wide open for me. Sometimes that right there, I think, is the most. Well, they all require conversations, but with that one, a conversation is definitely required because she could be wrong about what his intentions are based on his moves, but just based on what she thinks about his moves, she could get the feeling that he's not ready. Meanwhile, he's thinking a completely different way with his moves being all right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't say
not saying that they're wrong moves.
I didn't say she
just
was
moves,
right.
Right, I'm just saying just moves in general. But she could say no based on stuff that he's doing and have the incorrect interpretation about stuff that he's doing.
And this can go both ways.
Yeah.
She can be talking about marriage, and he could be like, we're not ready for that. We definitely not there. I just met you.
Right.
We had a few good dates. Women do that too. Like, yo, they start planning forever with you, and you like, yo, fam, we've only been dating for 3 months. I don't think we ready for that. So that could be a reason why either or says no, depending on if you're a woman and propose.
You got it.
She said no because y'all have yet to agree on how children should be raised. I've seen it. I've actually seen it on Love and Hip Hop. I forgot who it was. What's his name? My man with the teeth. He down
Which
with
nigga with the teeth?
He down with Kanye. I forgot.
Oh, Consequence.
Consequence. I seen an episode of Love and Hip Hop, right, where they married and they got a child together and they can't agree on Christmas.
Because
how did they not know that?
Because they both have different religious backgrounds.
How did they not know that?
Dumb. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. I guess it's one of those things. That's probably one of those situations you bump. Oh shit, she look good. Damn, he look good. Let's fuck. Then you fucking with each other. Then they got a baby. Then you talk about the background.
So
stuff.
the story was Consequence doesn't celebrate Christmas, but the wife wanted her child to experience Christmas, and they got into a nasty argument about it. But how did you not know that?
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think Consequence was.
Well, maybe did he recently convert to?
Well, that's what I was about to get into. I was about to get into that. I don't know for a fact, but people change. So after the marriage, after the child, as a man, as a woman, you can change. I don't care what nobody say. You don't got to stay the same because you married. Things happen. But I think Consequence was in that lifestyle before the marriage and before the child. I don't think he just jumped into that world.
Okay.
But that is a powerful reason to say no. Like, you can date somebody because guess what? The sex is good and it's good company, but I don't see me marrying you because if we was to have children, I don't want them eating pork. I don't want them celebrating certain holidays. I don't want them, you know what I'm saying? It could be anything that you might just be like, man, I eat bacon all the time. There's nothing wrong with it. It could be anything.
Right.
We celebrate Christmas all the time. There's nothing wrong with it. My family might celebrate Christmas at grandma's house every year, one big family. Now, what's going to happen now?
I think, and like the baby was one, right? It was like a young kid.
Yes, young
and
kid.
She's talking about, I want my baby to experience Christmas. Baby isn't experiencing Christmas.
That's a whole different conversation we can have because women like to dictate their children. Like,
your baby ain't experiencing Christmas, the first birthday, none of that.
Right.
They just there.
A child's a child's first birthday is all about the mom or the parent throwing it. Like, these kids not going to remember no party, but the stuff that what they'll say, like as far as their first Christmas, their first birthday, this is all memories for that parent.
That's fine too.
It's fine. That's
fine too. If as long as you know what I'm saying, the views of the both parents are on the same page.
But if your child is very young and they miss out on Christmas, I don't think they're going to remember them not having. Because I can't remember every Christmas that I had. I can't remember it.
Yeah, but also I get the fact that you don't want your kid to be the one kid out of the kids that are experiencing something to be the one that isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Mom,
I got these new Jordans for Christmas. What you get? Oh, I got a motherfucking potato and some and some juice.
Now, Mom, I know you bust your ass to do what you could do for me for them holidays, but I don't remember what you got for me in Christmas.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but when I was 3, I don't know what you bought me. Sorry. Like, that's like that now. Like, my son, I had bought him these super tall-ass Batman toys and all that stuff like that.
He don't play with them shits.
Don't play with them. What's the point?
Collecting dust.
Yeah. I know better next time. Like, Christmas is going to be different. What was that?
Another one on the list?
Yeah, come on.
Right.
What was that, 3? That was 4. That's my fourth one. Yeah. 4. Okay, number 5. She's not ready for that type of commitment. She's not ready for that type of commitment. Yes, it happens. Like, women do get with guys. We cool, we chilling. But personally, I'm not ready for that type of commitment.
Or I just don't want it with you.
Or you. I'm not ready for that type of commitment with you, because I do think the right person will have somebody changing their whole perspective on life. Mm-hmm. I wasn't married. I wasn't ready for marriage, but man, I'll change all that for you. I'll jump out the window.
Oh,
he or she's already married. Handle your business, partner.
Already married? Already
he or
been
she
married?
is already married. You know how you get with somebody, you say, I'm married, but I'm trying to work on a divorce? But you propose to somebody else, and you still the ink ain't dry on the divorce paperwork, or it ain't even started yet? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell no, I don't know what you mean, because that's too much.
now,
I don't know nothing about
he
that.
is separated from the wife, or she is separated from the husband.
But
and
legally, they're still married.
Legally, they're still married, and you run up on them with another proposal. Like, yo, fam, let's let this dry first.
Ain't no rush.
Ain't no rush. But then you got some people who wild aggressive, which he was. Obviously, he didn't know that his girl wasn't ready or wanted to marry him. He just jumped out the window. There's some guys who are like that. It's not a woman thing. It's just a people thing. And he might be somebody who grew up with a family. His mother and dad might still be together. Right. So all he know is marriage. All he know is kids.
That's tough.
A family. You had more on the list?
All right, so initially when I saw the video, I thought the nigga did something wrong. I'm gonna keep it a buck, because her reaction was kind of like she was hurt to say no, like it hurt her to say no. You know what I'm saying? And he sat there for a second with this kind of half shocked look on his face.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she actually said no. I didn't think she would actually say no. I don't know, man. It honestly could be a million different things that led to her saying no. It could be his fault. It could be things that she's battling with internally. You know. I just think
so when you said it looks like he did something wrong, was because her reaction?
Yeah. Well, excuse me. It was a proposal video, so it can't look like he did anything wrong. But based on her reaction, I got the sense that some type of treachery or betrayal or something of that sense had taken place. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was all good, I don't see a problem with her accepting it. If everything's all good,
things could have been all good, but she just doesn't want to get married.
But at the same time, I still fault him, because you got to know. I feel like you should have a good idea of where your girl is emotionally and mentally in that situation.
That's a fact.
Before you ask that question,
you do not.
If you just jump out the window and ask, then you basically, whatever you get, you gonna roll the dice like that. I'm not good at gambling. I hate going to the casino. I don't play card games. I don't play dice games because I don't enjoy gambling. Same with people. I'm not going to gamble with my own emotions in that situation to take a leap of faith and being possibly embarrassed to the point of no return.
Now,
you can't go outside after that for a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's embarrassed.
It looked like it was in front of somebody's house, like his house or something on the street or something. You gotta recuperate and figure out how to go forward. You know what I'm saying? Because that's tough, bro, especially if you have real feelings for that girl. So yeah, man.
So there's more than one reason as to why she might have said no, and I just don't want everybody to go to the cheating conclusion. But let's just say he did cheat. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying that's why she said no, but I just think as a community, we just need to expand our horizon a little bit.
Let's play with this scenario too. Maybe she cheated first, right? And he cheated back, and he realized there was a lot of shit going on, and figured, you know what, let's get married and just leave all this bullshit alone. And she said no, because based on the two scenarios, she just realized they were so messed up that this wasn't a good start to marriage with a scenario such as this. That's a possibility.
That's a possibility, and I would definitely love a follow-up story. Like, I want to know where they go after this, because the whole conversation be having is there a relationship afterwards, she says right. No? And that's kind of hard.
It depends on the no. It depends on what the no was for. If
she says we're not ready, if she says we, I get that. Let's go build. But if it's another reason, that's
got to be a hell of a conversation afterwards. You know how awkward? It's crazy how you could be with somebody for a substantial amount of time, and when it comes to certain topics, it's still fucking hard to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Like stuff like marriage. We just was talking about getting married, or he proposes or whatever, and there's a no, and now going forward, you have to have that conversation to figure out what's next. Do we go forward? Do we try to work it out, or do we end it? That has to be a tough conversation.
And we've talked about this before. There's men out there still hurt from getting their heart broken in middle school.
Fuck you, Etta. Bitch.
You tell a man no to that proposal, that might be the only one you get. And I can see a man shutting down in a relationship. He still loves you. He wants to be there, but he won't be the same. Because, you know what I mean? Like, men work off that first reaction of, you know what I mean, when you're in love and when you feel those butterflies. When they go away, it's hard for it to come back for a man. Depending, like, not all men, but it's hard to come back for a man. Like, women love differently. Men love, we love differently. And to get the door shut in our faces when we finally express some feelings, they go back in the closet. They go back in the closet. And now I'm cold-hearted until I'm 55 because you hurt my heart at 30. That's how we do.
Man,
because it takes until you're 35 to realize, you know what, I'm hurt because something happened when I was 15.
That's crazy, though. I don't know. I don't know how I would react to a no, to a straight up proposal that I probably attempted to plan to the best of my abilities and all of that. That's hard to come back from emotionally. Even if it was my fault, I still don't want to talk to you after that.
That's my point.
I still don't want to talk to you. You know what?
That is my point. After you saying no to my proposal, this relationship is over.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you no more.
Yeah, man.
At least not for a couple weeks, at least. Maybe 2. Or maybe not. I don't know.
That was all the topics that I got for today.
It's hard, man.
We can get into the Fresher fiasco.
Let's do it.
Fresher fiasco. This one, I sent this one to you yesterday. The Fast and Furious series might be headed into space. Fresher fiasco.
Fucking fiasco, man. Stop. Stop. Just stop this shit, man. Dominic Toretto ain't nothing more than a street punk that started off stealing automobiles. Now this nigga's stealing spaceships. Come on, man. There's only so many. These niggas is evading so many different governments. Where does it stop? These niggas is running from the fucking UK, the European government, U.S. government. They've been on a run from the U.S. government since the first movie. Now they international fucking thieves. They fucking got locations in Bora Bora and all these different layers and hideouts around the world because people is hiring them to do jobs. Cut the shit. Cut it out. Going into space? What the fuck y'all doing in space?
Well,
E.T. ain't fucking with nobody.
Well, they didn't say that the next official movie will be in space. They said eventually. So I'm going to go
eventually. What, on Fast and Furious 99?
Well, I'm saying Fast and Furious 10 because they're about to come out with 9. I don't know if they started filming yet. John Cena has allegedly replaced The Rock. The Rock has moved on to his spinoff, Shaw and Hobbs.
Cheap replacement.
So I think movie 9 is already in the works, but going into space, they'll consider it. And I think that when you got 10 movies, fam, I think you got to do something different. And that's not saying it's going to be a good idea.
Yep.
I'm going to go fresh because if you're going to go 10 movies deep, which I don't know what movie has, like,
did you see Jason in space?
That was terrible.
That's what the fuck I'm envisioning.
That was one of the worst movies ever.
That is what I'm envisioning.
But Jason in space wasn't surrounded by the quality of actors that Fast and Furious have. Jason in space, you can put anybody can put a Jason suit on and they can get any blonde haired white girl to be, or any white guy to be in a Jason movie, and it is what it is. Did we ever care about the characters? The only character we cared about was Jamie Lee Curtis' character in Halloween. But everybody, and what's that girl name? But still, she still kind of went somewhere else with her career.
Right.
And in Friday the 13th, what's her? I mean, not Friday the 13th, but Elm Street. Amy. The leading white girl, she was in part 1 and 2. I think that she had a stop, but every other horror film was just based on somebody with a mask killing some white people. I think Fast and the Furious has a collection of stars to where they have to take number 9 and 10 serious. I think the movie 8 still grossed over $1 billion, so people are in.
They got to get caught, yo. I want to see when them niggas go to jail. Sorry, I don't even say sentences like that.
That don't even sound right. I want to see them niggas go to jail, man.
I want to see them niggas go to jail. You can't be evading multiple government and street niggas in multiple countries.
I think,
and survive everyone, man. It's just, I'm not with it.
If going to jail is an option, I do think Dom will have to take one for the team. because he's the one always preaching family. He's the leader. And I think that I can see it now, them getting chased. And
he already joined the enemy. He had to work with the enemy for a little bit. Yeah. I'm kind of over this shit. To be honest, I'm kind of over this shit. I was a big fan of Fast and Furious 1 and a couple of the other early ones, but now it's just like the last one that I saw kind of had me upset when I saw them niggas in Dubai driving sports cars from one building into the next, and for one building and still going like, no, you fucking, I'm not with it.
Fresher fiasco. Kanye West wants Danny McBride to play him in the biopic. For those of you who don't know who Danny McBride
Kenny
is,
Powers.
He's Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down. He was one of the
he homies with James Franco.
He was the drug dealer from Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
What else he was in?
He did a whole bunch of shit.
He's
man.
in a lot
of movies with Seth Rogen and James Franco and what's that? Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. He hangs out and does.
He was either in or a writer or producer in one of your white stoner films. So Kanye West wants Danny McBride to play him in the biopic. I think I kind of know where Kanye West is coming from. No, I'm just saying. I think what Kanye is trying to get across is it doesn't matter who plays it. It's just my story. It doesn't matter if he's black. He looks like me, even though I like my biopics for the people portraying who they're portraying to kind of look like who they're looking like.
It's not a biopic if you got a white nigga playing a black dude.
But what about the story? Just the story.
The story's already fucked up. I can tell that biopic is going to be filled with bullshit.
You know what? You're right, though.
He's going to be he's going to be doing a whole bunch of shit that don't make no sense.
But you're right, because Kanye West is from Chicago.
So Danny McBride gonna be walking around. He gonna wake up in the morning, answer the phone. What's good, my nigga? And even though it would be hilarious to hear him say that,
I don't think he'll say that.
But I don't think he will, and it won't make sense.
And it won't make sense.
It'll piss off the viewers.
Because why would this white family just be in the heart of Chicago, the part that Kanye West is from? So it does throw everything off. I don't know if Kanye West really thought about it. I just thought that what he was trying to get across was, I don't see no color, bro. But to actually go along with this, everything would have to change. So maybe it'll just be a story. Like you can tell the Kanye West story from where they from?
Chicago.
No. But where he at now? Somewhere in California.
I don't know. Somewhere.
Chalk something. But
Calabasas.
You could tell his story from Calabasas to where he already made it. And you're rich already. I don't know.
What the fuck is the story then?
Hey, this is Kanye West we talking about,
that
man.
don't make no goddamn. So we essentially the half the movie is over when it comes on because he's already rich.
There's still life. There's still a struggle after you rich, though. There's still a struggle. You know, Kanye West have been through some shit after his riches. Stuff that he probably put himself through, but you know
that shit is a fiasco, man.
Fiasco, yeah.
Although I enjoy Danny McBride because he talks a whole bunch of shit and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. And I enjoy his movies and stuff that he's featured in. But for Kanye to cast a white man as him in his biopic is very off-putting. You know how pissed I'd be if they portrayed fucking one of them white boxers to be Muhammad Ali in Muhammad Ali's movie?
The difference is if Muhammad Ali went to a white man and said, I want you to play me.
I'd still be pissed. I'm like, Muhammad, what are you doing? I ask him straight up, Muhammad, what's up? Why you got this white man in?
Y'all know Muhammad wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying it's just for Kanye West to.
And I'm not comparing Muhammad Ali and Kanye West, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
like,
definitely not.
No, but in terms of just an accurate biopic, I think that's the main thing that we look for when we watch a biopic is the accuracy. Oh shit, yo, they look just like. Remember that Aaliyah movie that came on VH1 or MTV or whatever it was a long time ago? All we talked about was how shitty of a casting job that they did.
The Dame Dash dude.
The Dame Dash, the R. Kelly dude. Everything was off. And they were black. And we talked shit about them. Like, who the fuck is this guy? He looks nothing like da-da-da-da-da. You mean to tell me Kanye is going to successfully launch a biopic with a white lead as Kanye West? No, man. I'm going to talk shit about that, bro. And I love Danny McBride. So, nah.
Fresh.
Go watch Eastbound and Down, though.
Facts. Fresh or fiasco. Power. Y'all know how much y'all know the brothers love Power.
Say this is a big bitch town.
Bow, 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 bow. I just come from the poet's pod.
That's coming on 1 month, actually.
Power spinoff is in the works starring Mary J. Blige. Fresh or fiasco? I'm going to go. It depends. If this is based around Mary J, I'm going to go fiasco because I have not seen a wide range of acting from Mary J, even though I have not seen everything she's played in. I think she did one hell of a job in this movie that's on Netflix that I didn't see, but she got good a review from her part. But I don't know how much of emotion she can put into a drama series like Power, where you need to cry, which they did a terrible job of showing emotion towards Raina, their daughter. So
Ghost had one crying scene, and he was in the shower. You ain't slick, bro. I know that TV trick. You ain't fucking crying out the water.
It's and for me, when you say Mary J. Blige and Power, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth because Lala and Power, which Lala might be getting a bigger role in this upcoming series because her and Tommy is not running together. So we're going to see more of Keisha. I'm not really into Keisha because she's not really killing her role. So if Mary J. Blige is just going to have a part like Ghost Mom or something like a younger Ghost and she plays Ghost Mom and she pops up from time to time, I'm cool with that. But if this... you good? But if this special... But if this a series is based off a huge part by Mary J, I'm gonna go fiasco. But shout out to Mary J. Blige for getting your money. Shout out to Mary J. Blige for creating an avenue for after music. I don't know if this is it.
I'm gonna go fiasco. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not the biggest Mary J. Blige fan. I respect the greatness, but I've never really cut on a Mary J. Blige record or anything she's really done and kind of vibed out. Even when she be like on the awards and performances and everybody's like, "Go Mary," and I'd be sitting there like, I guess
you missing out, fam. Mary fire.
I mean, I'm watching the same shit you watching, but I'm just I just don't get the feels. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because I was too young when Real Love and all that came out back in the day, or whatever the classic album was that she kind of had catapult her into where she is now. I missed all of that. I wasn't there. I was there. I just wasn't paying attention. It didn't resonate with me, but. I've never seen Mary J. Blige act in anything. She might have had a cameo role in like a couple of BET movies or something like that, right?
I don't say that.
No?
Not the BET movies. I don't know, but...
Maybe, all right. But I've never seen her act. I'm not sure as to what her acting capability is. But actually, you know what? I'm going to rewind it and say I'm going to go fresh because I don't plan on watching the Power spinoff no way.
No?
Because it ain't Power.
Okay.
I don't really do good with like sequels or remakes and stuff like that. It doesn't grasp me like the original was or whatever it was that had my attention to put me on to what the spinoff was. So although I think it's a good move, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for people putting themselves in a position to further their careers. So if this is something that can catapult her to the next level or the next plateau, hell yeah, you do that shit. Don't mean my ass gonna be watching though.
Fresh or fiasco? Wait till y'all get a load of this one. A woman claiming to be Scottie Pippen's former side piece is suing him for all the trips she paid for during their alleged affair. Allegedly, Scottie Pippen told this young lady that he would pay her back. So what this young lady allegedly did was fly herself out, feed herself, book the hotels herself, instead of holding this millionaire basketball player accountable for the finances. This happened in about early 90s, so now we're talking about over 20 years ago that she wants to sue him now. Fresh or fiasco?
Oh, this is a fiasco. First of all, if I tell you I'm going to give you some money, don't mean you're going to get it. All right? Now, you booked that shit all yourself, knowing that you weren't going to be compensated at the time. Probably ever, as we can looking at the dates now 20 years later. You wanted to fuck with him so bad that you subjected yourself to pay for these things and to go to these places where he was with just a promise that he would compensate you for what you spent. Did you get it in writing? Was it a document, some type of video or something for him saying that I would pay you back this money from this trip? I don't know where the legal stance is here for being sued, for her to sue him, because you pay for everything yourself willingly. He didn't scam money from you and say, like, if you fly me here, I'll pay you back. You flew yourself to where he was. So, what the fuck? Keep it a bug. How many niggas would actually have paid her ass back? You the side piece. and you flying from here to there to come see me. How many niggas is actually paying her back?
I get why he might have done it. I don't want my wife to check the books. Something like that. I don't want my wife to see that I'm making transactions.
I just don't want to give you no money.
No. Yeah, that too. But 20-something years later, you not getting that bread. You understand what I'm saying? Because you weren't texting back then. Wasn't no text messages. So you don't have text proof that he
emails?
agreed. Wasn't no emailing.
It was emails back
in 93?
Yeah, it was emails. Was it? I believe it was.
I don't know. We got to do the Googles on that.
I believe it was
93. There was some trash emails back then. But he was a millionaire at the time. And I've never flew nobody out, but I know the rules to flying somebody out. If I got the bread, listen, all you got to do is show up because you're the prize. If you got to pay, and first off, this is Scottie Pippen we talking about. Mm-hmm. If you got to pay to go see him, I mean, I'm speechless, fam. I'm speechless. You paid. He's a millionaire. He has all the bread. He could have found the way to wire. He could have did anything. And he could have paid BJ Armstrong to wire you. So anything. There's ways around it. Like, putting myself in your shoes, I would have never paid a dime for anything. If you want me, because number one, I've already agreed to be a side piece. So if you want me to cheat with you on your wife, then you have to.
You're doing your due diligence as a side joint.
At least pay
to come through.
That's too much. At least pay me. Like, we're gonna get it on. We're gonna do whatever you want to do, but pay my flight. I think that's simple. I think it's rules to the game.
Yeah, but when the motherfuckers start doing it themselves, it's like, all right, well, just bring your ass over here.
No. But I'm saying, like,
after the first couple of trips, it's like, all right, well, you know what to do.
Nah. Every trip, the baller got to pay. Every trip.
Well, she obviously wasn't broke.
She just obviously was stupid.
But I'm saying she obviously wasn't broke either. If she was able to afford these trips back and forth for over this time and not have an issue, hey, it's different from her saying, I can't make it. Can you pay for it? She paid for the shit herself.
She probably did have bread and just recently ran out.
Yeah, like she obviously had money enough to be able to fund these trips without a problem.
She went through her book like, let me find out who owed me money. Anybody that owes me money is fucking dead. I'm about to file for fucking
bankruptcy. Let me go back through these books and
let me see who owed me money.
Let me go through this stock book for the last 20 years and see who ain't pay up.
That money right now, and you realize you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Scottie Pippen. Let me get my money.
But where's I'm still lost on where the legal ground is for her to say, hey, he owes me this money.
I just think that it's embarrassing to put it out there and it makes him look bad.
His bitch was already cheating with Future, so he don't give a shit.
I know, but it's
out here already.
I know, but when people put stuff out there for the internet, whether it's true or not, it just makes you look bad. And Scottie Pippen might be that type of old head who don't do social media. I don't care what y'all say about me. Like, I haven't heard him mention anything about his wife and Future. No, he don't say nothing. So he might not say nothing about this.
The only thing the only thing Scottie Pippen says when he gets on TV is that LeBron isn't better than Jordan.
Nah, he changed his mind. I think he flipped it.
Listen to that nigga, man.
Fiasco for both of us, I guess. You gotta fuck as you doing, right?
Yeah, I gotta fuck as you doing, man. Break your boy off with the smooth sounds of JJ Icefish, please.
Fuck as you doing? Fuck as you doing? Fuck as you doing? Bitch ass nigga, fuck as you doing? Fuck as you doing? Fuck as you doing?
Bitch ass nigga. Shout out to my man JJ, bro. Right, Podcast Brothers, episode 146. Where the hell is my news at? Oh, I know where it is. I don't know where it is, but anyway, I got it. All right, so it's hot, people. If you ain't know, and you should know because it's fucking July. It's one of the hottest months of the year, every year, because that's the way the seasons work on this side of the fucking globe. Summertime is hot. You ain't know. When you are a person of responsibility, you have to go through your checklist to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be there. Well, a gentleman named Juan Rodriguez did not do such a thing the other day in the Bronx because Mr. Juan Rodriguez had his 2 infant children with him in the car, and he went to work. and left his 2 kids in the car for his entire fucking shift. And unfortunately, the children passed due to being in the car, the hot, sweltering ass car all fucking day long. 2 of them, twins, one age 1, both of them. I don't understand how this happens. You got 2, bro. 2. No point of your 8-hour shift did you think, damn, what the hell are my kids? Or I ain't talked to my kids today. Or nobody asked me nothing. Or nobody inquired in regards to the well-being of the kids or where they at the time. I think it's a lot of people responsible for that. Mainly him for not being an aware parent and knowing that his kids are in the back seat. I don't know how people do that. Now, I have a kid, and it's absolutely no way that he would let me forget that he's in the back seat. So I'm confused, bro. I'm really confused as where your mind is at a moment where you leave your children in the car all day. I don't even like running into a store for a couple of minutes, leaving my son in the car. I'm too paranoid. I have too many wild thoughts about that. Somebody going to run off with the car. I'm going to hit the car while he's in it. Like, what? Like, he going to get out the car seat and pull off? Like, I be thinking about mad, wild shit that makes me not want to do it. Or if I am going to do it, I do it very quickly so that I put to bed any of those different possibilities and shit. It's just really weird, and it's unfortunate because now a mother is out of her children, a father is out of her children, 2 children are out of their lives, and it could have all been easily avoided if you had been paying attention to your responsibilities. I'm really baffled on the part of you being at work all day, though. Like, you ain't come out to the car on lunch or nothing, my nigga? Like it just didn't click in your head at that time that your kids were in the car, bro. It was like almost 90 degrees yesterday in Trenton, so I'm not sure what the weather was in the Bronx, but I know it wasn't too much different from what the fuck we got here. And it was entirely too hot for an adult to be in a car for a long period of time without any air, let alone a 1-year-old. And then it's like, where was he supposed to take him when he was going to work, right? Was he supposed to drop him off the moms, like the babysitter or grandma's, like the daycare? Like, nobody called to follow up on where the kids were. That's why I say it's more than just him to blame, because like he had to be taking them somewhere, and there had to be someone expecting those kids to show up. And when they didn't show up after a certain period of time, why did nobody ask any questions? You know what I'm saying? Now we got 2 dead kids, yo. What the fuck? That shit is fucked up. Unfortunately, he's going to be penalized to the full extent. I think that's a huge form of neglect. I'm not sure what the actual charge is, but it's some type of neglect and well-being, danger to the well-being of the child's, some of that nature. I don't know the exact term, but it's upsetting when you hear stuff like that, because it makes you question why people have kids if you're going to half-ass pay attention to them. And honestly, bro, you need to be charged to the full extent of the law, because you murdered 2 kids. Like, come on, man. There's no excuse. There's nothing that you can tell a judge or even myself that will make me go, oh, yeah, you're right, bro. I get why you left them kids in there. Like, it's just nothing that you can say, regardless of what you got going on, regardless of how you feel emotionally at that time and things of that nature. Your primary concern at that time is those 2 children. And for you to neglect those 2 children and leave them in the sweltering car for your entire work shift, not receive a phone call, even have a spark in your own mind that made you think, damn, my kids is still in the car. And people don't look behind themselves when they get out of the car or nothing. So you just got out the car and went straight into the building. You ain't checked to see if you dropped your wallet or if you needed something out the back seat or nothing. Like, you just got out and ran into the building. That's weird to me, man. Juan Rodriguez, sir, for you to leave your 2 children in the car all fucking day, all day long while you was at work, and then not even have the thought or receive a phone call, follow a phone call from a loved one or that kid's wherever they were supposed to be going at that time, for nothing to take place. I seriously want to know what the fuck y'all was doing. Goddamn shame.
So he didn't know the kids was back there?
He knew they was back there, but I guess between leaving the house and going to work, sometimes that happens to me too. Like, I get I go into autopilot. I'm not even paying attention where I'm going, but I'm driving where the fuck I was supposed to. I'm spaced out, but I'm driving perfectly fine. But I come to at some point, and it's like, oh shit, I wasn't even paying attention while I was driving. I could have got into a crash or some shit. But for you to do that the whole ride to work, and then get to work and do your whole shift, and not know that your kids are in the car.
Oh no, you're right. Like
that's just OD.
There's situations, especially dealing with a 1-year-old. Like, so he was on his way to
2 1-year-olds. They were twins.
Right. He was on his way to take the kids somewhere.
Somewhere,
I guess. So
right.
Where
were you dropping
If you
them
are
off
the
to?
daycare or the babysitter, why didn't you call
or the
mother and say, hey, you
Right.
didn't, where the kids
Like,
at?
where my kids at?
Are they
You supposed to be
coming or
here
not?
3 hours ago. Where the fuck the kids at?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yo, they still in. I wouldn't recommend you say that at the time. Like, oh shit, they still in the car. Like, you gonna get fucked up probably, but still, man, like, I'd rather you take that over risking the kids' lives. If it comes to that point, you get that call, where the kids at? Oh shit, I left them in the car. Sure, they gonna spaz out on you, of course. But at least you have some type of reminder to go check on them.
Life comes at you fast.
Too goddamn fast.
Yeah. So we're coming to the conclusion of this episode 146. The Podcast Brothers. You got any closing remarks?
Yeah, man. Drink water, smoke weed, and be great. And leave the fuck shit to the haters, man. If you're not a hater, then you shouldn't be doing fuck shit. And if you want to be one of the productive members of society, actually getting their groove on and grinding and showing love, you can do that too. But you can't hate at the same time. Drink water, drink weed, live good.
Drink weed.
Yep,
Drink water, drink weed.
Too.
All right.
Smoke weed. Drink water, smoke weed, live good.
And this was episode 146 from Starbucks, downtown Trenton.
4 episodes or 3 episodes away from the sneaker giveaway, man. Subscribe to the Podcast Brothers website, thebrothersPod.com. Subscribe. All you have to do is submit your email address, and you have entered yourself as a contestant for this sneaker sweepstakes.
Peace out.
Deuces.